what's good, all the members that took time to join and watch the session that we have here. So on to the session, I'm going to be sharing with you two setups, and I hope that you guys actually do get to enjoy and also take note of them. Remember, I don't do this to provide as signals, but I do this to actually help you out to be able to see the market in a much more deeper manner, much more better understanding, or much more deeper perspective, either than seeing it in a 2D way whereby you use just support and the resistance. In this in these live sessions, you'd be able to see it in the 4D way, whereby you'd be able to see what future moves are most likely to happen, with all obviously the back testing or the results that we do have from these types of patterns that play out. But it's your boy Lisiba Mutupi, and if you do like the types of videos that I do post out, I normally send such videos on Sundays and Mondays. So just make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can be able to get these watch lists, these setups that I share. And let us dive onto the charts just so we get to see what I have for you guys. So GBPJPY, if you guys remember the setup that I shared the previous week, we had a buy. Okay, we obviously took sells here, we had sells. Then we also had an opportunity. The one that I posted the previous week was an opportunity here. And this is what actually happened. It shot all the way downwards, corrected, shot downwards, corrected, shot downwards. Obviously, our target is right at the 90% rule. And we missed it by, let's see, literally, I think it's less than 10 pips. There we go, 12.5 pips. We missed it by just 12.5 pips. And at the same time, I saw price pushing a bit to the upside. Price pushed a bit to the upside. Yes, these are impulsive candles, as you can see. It shot a bit more impulsively, but as soon as it got somewhere here, it started moving upwards correctively. So this is in a corrective manner. This is a corrective phase. So just by looking at my structures here, you can simply see we've got our first touch, second touch. Obviously, I'm anticipating a third touch somewhere here. I'm anticipating a third touch somewhere there. So just by also one thing that made me be able to just say that this could be my third touch and the next move is all the way to the downside is because of the fact that we didn't reach our 90% rule. Price has to go all the way downwards to breaking these structures, and then that's when I'd say that I'm satisfied with this trade. So obviously with this, as soon as it gets here at the third touch, there's different types of the method that it gets there with. You can get there impulsively, on which it's one of the setups that I do have, Euro USD. I'll show you guys. But the most fascinating one would be it getting here, or the most attractive one would be it getting here and then giving us this beautiful ascending type pattern within structure. That's going to show us that there's a lot of momentum to the downside. That's why it's moving upwards in a corrective manner. And obviously we can just start off by placing our sells, and then our stop loss is just a bit more secured. Okay, just a bit more secured. And targets, first target could obviously be here. This could be your first target. Let me just have a 30 pip stop loss. Just there we go. Target could be here, on which you can secure close to a 5% on just a simple move, on which it can take literally a few hours. And the second target would be all the way down to here, which can also be an 8.6% on just the single position. But this is actually the type of scenario that I'm looking for. And if, let's say, it does play out and then maybe it does something else and then it goes a bit to the downside, I will get to wait for a correction again to allow me to see that it is now confirmed to go downwards, meaning that like if it goes upwards and then it go without let's say some sort of a candlestick confirmation or pattern correction or all these types of things, and then it just shoots all the way downwards, one thing that I'll do is that I'll wait. It has confirmed with me that shoot, but obviously you can't just sell because it's shooting downwards. You have to confirm. So I'll wait for it to wait, like the candle should close, and then once it starts to move sideways in a corrective manner for just 6 to 8 hours, that's when I'll start to place my sell stops, and then I'll look forward to just be taking this trade. But that's GBPJPY. It has to be an amazing pair. So we're going upwards for let's see, 65 pips, and then we're going downwards. Someone would want to take this. You can still take this if the risk to reward is amazing. Let's say for instance, if you're looking at this, you buy here, stop loss is like here, target is here, and then you'll sell when it gets there. Let's see what the risk to reward is. It's 3.4. It's amazing too. You can also take such a trade, you know, it's also amazing to be taken. But the more the one thing that I'm looking for is that bigger trade to the downside, on which I know I'm gonna score much more better percentages, you know, risking the same amount of capital. Okay, so what we have here is USDCAD. We've got your USDCAD. It looks amazing. Bigger structure. You do know also on the bigger structure that like we experiencing like a downward movement. Okay, let's see what if weekly. Okay, no, let's leave it. Let's just I want to show you guys what I saw on the daily when I was just playing around yesterday. I've spotted this first touch here. Where is that? Okay, there we go. Spotted the first touch, obviously. Second touch here, and now I noticed that we are at the third touch. So let me show you guys what would make me say that this is a trade that has failed. Like obviously there has to be something that says that this trade has failed. So what will be that? It will be this price closing above this trend line and at the same time closing above this horizontal line. This would be a breakout for me, and the one thing that I'll do is that I will stop looking for sell opportunities, then I'll start looking for buys, which is simple. But so far I'm still looking for sell opportunities. I think I'm even in this trade, so I'm excited that like I actually saw this on the daily. And just by dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, okay, 4-hour time frame, I would say that these were like, let's say looking at the lower highs, these were our lower highs, came to this, and then went all the way downwards. But um looking at this, like this is also like some sort of like resistant area on which I'm looking forward to seeing what it does when it gets here. That's why I said that if it breaks upwards, that means it has broke out of the daily structure and also out of this 4-hour resistance zone, on which it'll be something else. It'll be me looking for something different. And remember, resistance or support doesn't really matter, depends on how it gets there. So for instance, like just by looking at this, this is actually moving upwards in a corrective manner, and this is a resistance zone, and this correction is actually telling us that it's eventually going to break to the downside. And one thing that I like about this is just take a look at this H4 candlestick. It gave us this beautiful inverted hammer just after third touches, like first touch, second touch, also third touch. It gave us this beautiful inverted hammer. So this could be a perfect position for a person to place a sell right here, stop loss right here. Obviously this could be your first targets for someone, 3%, exactly 3%. But this could also be a scenario, 7.5%, on which this is what I'll be targeting. But let me just go on the 1 hour. Obviously we don't take trades of the 4 hour, but just by looking at the 1 hour, I like the fact that this is an ascending tap, and this is our first touch, second touch, third touch. So now we're now actually experiencing a third touch. With that being said, you can simply see what I have here. This can also be a confirmation for motion. Once it does break out, once it closes below, you can take this as a signal. But also just by taking a look at, let me just zoom in a bit on this, just by taking a look at these two candlesticks now, after the third touch, first touch, second touch, exactly at the third touch, it gave us this beautiful first peak, second peak, on which this can be seen as a double top formation. Also, it gave us this beautiful, this candle was a bullish candle, but it closed the previous candle, the next candle gave us a bearish candle and closed engulfing, like impulsively, on which it shows that this is an engulfing candle. This is an amazing trade to be in. Please just sell right there, stop loss right here, and obviously first targets would be here, which is now 3.8. Second targets could be all the way down to here, which would be an 8, 6.8, yeah, 6.8, which is amazing. It's way too amazing. But there's also a high probable setup for the week. Let us capitalize on it. But let us take a look at NAS 100 from it. Make sure to just go down in the description box so that you'll be able to get access to my free Telegram group, where I'll be sharing this, like these are video modes, but I'll be sharing it into, like, let's say pictures of what you can see or expect from the trees that I just spoke with you guys. And I'm glad that you guys actually watched it up until this very end. It shows who's commented, who's not. And it's your boy Lizwa Mutubi. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you like my videos, make sure to hit the like button too. And I'll see you guys on the next video.